deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out, or give them a call, 641-622-2191.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Come enjoy yourselves at the annual Christmas fundraiser for A Legacy Home Christmas. Take part in giving a child a very Merry Christmas and a second chance at life. December 14th at 6:30 p.m. with dinner and live entertainment at Vermeer Global Pavilion in Pella. RSVP individually or host a table of 8. Contact 641-232-0049 or use the email on the screen. Music features Christian recording artist Todd Agnew. A Legacy Home Christmas fundraiser December 14th, 6:30 p.m. at the Vermeer Global Pavilion in Pella.
Hi, this is Stacy with Shuttler Insurance Services on the east side of the square in Sigourney. I'd like to invite you to my open house this Thursday, December 5th. KCED will hold a ribbon cutting at 3:45, followed by an open house until 7 p.m. Come for snacks, sign up for prizes, check out the office, and learn more about Shuttler Insurance Services, providing the coverage you need with the care you deserve. Hope to see you this Thursday from 4 to 7.
Friends of the Sigourney Library Tour of Homes is this Sunday, December 8th from 1 to 5 p.m. Tour festively decorated homes decked out for the holidays. Stop by the Sigourney Public Library from noon to 4 p.m. for a hot drink and a sweet treat, included with ticket purchase. Let's eat, drink, and be merry. Tickets are $15 each, or 2 for $25, and may be pre-purchased at the Sigourney Library or on the day of the event. It's the Friends of the Sigourney Library Tour of Homes this Sunday from 1 to 5. The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa is having an Opera House Christmas on Saturday, December 7th at 7 p.m. with Peggy Wardenberg of Williamsburg and Marina Springer of Oskaloosa. Peggy will be singing some golden oldies along with a mix of Christmas songs, and Marina will be singing some favorite Christmas classics along with some original holiday songs. It's all for a free will donation. Get more info at watchyyouroperahouse.org or on the Watch Your Opera House Facebook page. It's an Opera House Christmas this Saturday at 7 p.m. Enchanted Events, located just south of Sigourney off Highway 149, is the perfect venue to host a wedding, graduation, reunions, and so much more. They can seat up to 500 guests. There's bridal and groom rooms, a large bar, and more. For more inquiries, contact Mel or Chelsea or email enchantedeventsvenue@gmail.com or find more information at enchantedeventsvenue.com. Shop Jen Miracle, located at 119 South Market on the Square in Oskaloosa. Open Monday through Saturday. Shop Jen Miracle is a women's clothing boutique where you're welcomed with a smile while you shop for clothing, accessories, home items, and lots of stocking stuffers for this holiday season. Shop Jen Miracle strives to have the best prices. Everything is under $50. Find Shop Jen Miracle on Facebook for more information. Shop Jen Miracle in Oskaloosa, attainable style under $50. Aesthetics by Lily is located in Stella's Salon and Boutique in Oskaloosa. Lily offers facials, dermaplaning, lash services, brow services, and facial waxing. She's also a certified acne specialist. Aesthetics by Lily is located inside Stella's Salon at 1211 A Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Schedule an appointment by calling 641-790-0357. You can also find Aesthetics by Lily on Facebook. For beauty, cosmetic, and personal care, see Aesthetics by Lily in Oskaloosa. Shop Sigourney TV and Appliance at 103 East Marion on the south side of the square in Sigourney for brands like Whirlpool, Speed Queen, Samsung, and Dish. Sigourney TV and Appliance offers sales and service on appliances and TVs. They invite you to shop and compare. Stop in on the south side of the square in Sigourney and visit with the owner, Gary Cruz, or call 641-622-2511. That's Sigourney TV and Appliance. Mahaska Chamber and Development Group and Oskaloosa Main Street invite you to come to Oskaloosa this week. The Young Ambassador Contest is December 2nd with the ceremony at 6 p.m. at Penn Central Mall. And the main event is Twinkling Christmas, the Lighted Christmas Parade, this Saturday at 7 p.m. Come enjoy the one-of-a-kind Lighted Christmas Parade in downtown Oskaloosa, where floats are lit with over 1 million lights. Get in the spirit of Christmas with the theme Twinkling Christmas. Events are happening in Oskaloosa all week long.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
I am your host. Hello. 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 Good morning. Wake up. 7:05. Hey, we thank all of our advertisers here on Steve Shedler Media. It's busy. It's a busy time. You know, December, lots of commercials. So appreciate you hanging with me through the extended commercial breaks through this time of the year. Appreciate all of our advertisers and our sponsors here on Steve Shedler Media. It is time for a Monday morning wake up, and it's brought to us by our good friends at our headline sponsor, Brothers Market in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to shopbrothersmarket.com, download the Brothers Market app. We thank Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor here on the morning wake up. Oski Dental sponsors our studios, and you can schedule an appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster, who just recently had a birthday. Happy belated birthday to Dr. Dan. He's accepting new patients, 641-673-4845. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental sponsoring our studios, Brothers Market for sponsoring the Morning Wake Up as a show. Let's take a look at our this or that. Actually, let's wait for that. Let's take a look at our forecast. That's the proper order of things. Our forecast is sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney on the east side of the square in Sigourney, proudly serving Keokuk County and the surrounding area for 27 years now, over 27 years. So stop in and see Cindy and the gang at the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Well, you know, I don't know if I was the only one that was surprised by the snow this morning. I generally keep an eye on the forecast, and I did not, I guess I didn't see, or I overlooked that there must have been a chance of some snow this morning, because there was definitely some big fluffy snow out there this morning. Thankfully, the winds were pretty calm. But yeah, I don't know. Am I the only one that didn't realize it was going to be snowing this morning? Snuck up on me. So we got a chance of some snow this morning for a little while yet. Gradually clearing off today, a high of 26. And total daytime snow accumulation less than a half an inch. Now, with the little bit of snow that we had overnight and this morning, I had about an inch of that fluffy snow on the ground this morning, which melts down to about a tenth of an inch. So yeah, that was the situation. Big, poofy, white, fluffy snowflakes floating around this morning when I woke up here in the big town of Sigourney. Partly cloudy for tonight, a low of 12. Again, pretty calm winds tonight. Sunshine tomorrow, a high of 31. A little bit more windy tomorrow. Clear tomorrow night, low of 24. And then Wednesday will be sunny, breezy, and 42. Now, current conditions here in southeast Iowa. Let me hit the old refresh. Humidity at 89%. Winds are north at about 5, maybe to 10 miles per hour. Barometer at 30.39. 17 on the dew point. And currently, the current temp here in Sigourney, Iowa, according to the National Weather Service equipment, we do have 19 degrees here at the Oski Dental Studios. Now, in the special weather statement from the National Weather Service, they do say light snow continues to move into southeast Iowa, northeast Missouri, and west central Illinois. Accumulation is generally an inch or less. Main accumulating that snow is expected to end by 9 a.m. Flurries possible after that. Roadways are obviously covered. Now, my wife was out driving out and about around southeast Iowa this morning and said the roads were pretty bad. So do take it easy. If you're getting out there this morning for work or for school, be aware that you're going to run into some snow-covered roads. So allow some extra time if you're heading out this morning, but some snow out there for sure. That is your weather, sponsored by the Garden Gate. Let's get to our This or That. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. And this got posted at 6 a.m. this morning. Make sure you comment on this post on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Dream car or dream house? What are you going with? I would go with a dream house. You know, cars are cars to me. I'm not a huge car person. But a dream house, I mean, that's where you're going to spend the majority of your time. So I'm going dream house on this. For me, that's not a hard choice. So This or That, brought to us by Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty. Our question of the day that goes up at noon today, sponsored by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main in Sigourney. What determines if you wrap a gift or if you put it in a gift bag? What do you think? What's the determining factor to wrap it or gift bag it? For me, it's just laziness. I mean, if there's a gift bag, if my gift fits in a gift bag, I'm going with the gift bag. Why would I take time to wrap it if I don't have to? That's the determining factor. If there's a gift bag available and the right size, I'm going with the gift bag. So that's the way I would answer that question. Our question of the day brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Hey, coming up this week here on Steve Shetler Media, I tell you what, we had a good time this past Friday at Barnwired in Sigourney with Birdie Young. Birdie was a lot of fun, and she did a great interview, had some great original music. So if you missed that interview, go check that out. That's on our timeline. If you scroll back till Friday, with our interview with Birdie Young, check that out. That was good stuff. Coming up this Friday at 11:30, we will have Jesse from Jesse and the Medicine Men. Now, you see Jesse, he's the big guy in the middle there. Plays guitar, wears a cowboy hat. He is country and western, just like Birdie Young was this past Friday. She brings the country and western, and so does Jesse. I believe you pronounce his last name Gutierrez. Jesse Gutierrez of Jesse and the Medicine Men. Jesse going to be hanging out this Friday at Barnwired. Be there in person or watch it live here on Steve Shetler Media. It's going to be a good time. We'll get some original tunes from Jesse. Let's see, Friday night, no basketball this Friday night. So next thing after that would be the sports section live from Barnwired in Sigourney. That'll be Saturday morning. Starts at 8. Again, you can be there in person or watch it live here on Steve Shetler Media. This past Saturday was interesting. I ended up hosting the show. That was a surprise to everybody, including me. That's my first time hosting the sports section. Luckily, I'm a sports fan, and I was able to pull it off. But, you know, I like it to be a kind of a two-man thing with somebody in front of the camera and somebody running the controls. But I did it all this past Saturday, talked to HLV girls basketball, Sigourney girls basketball, and Sigourney Keota girls wrestling. I had some good interviews there. So if you want to go back and check that out from Saturday morning, you can. Coming up this Saturday, I believe we'll have Andy McGuire hosting. He'll be back in the saddle for the hosting duties for the sports section. We'll be talking high school sports from Barnwired. Make sure you tune in for that. Do also want to tell you, coming up tomorrow night, don't want to get this by us without mentioning it. We've got Sigourney at Keota basketball here on Steve Shetler Media tomorrow night. That's a girls-boys doubleheader. Sigourney at Keota. So tune in. That'll be a heck of a showdown tomorrow night live here on Steve Shetler Media. Josh Clubb will have the call of the play-by-play. I'll be hanging out to make stupid comments and run the camera and keep the score updated. So tune in. We have got a full schedule lined up for this winter here on Steve Shetler Media. So Sigourney at Keota, girls and boys basketball. That's tomorrow night, live video streaming here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's take a peek at our community calendar. It's sponsored by Enchanted Events, located just south of Sigourney, right off Highway 149. And on the calendar, well, I tell you what, the Sigourney Hometown Holiday was this past weekend. Got up and did a video for the parade in Sigourney, so make sure you go back and check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Also, Jacob Glandon of Black Oak Films gave me a 1-minute sped-up version of the parade that you might want to look into as well. That's all posted on my timeline. Now, on the calendar for this weekend, let's see here. We've got a bunch of things. We've got stuff going on in Keota and Oskaloosa this week. Keota has their Christmas light contest going on. You can see the information there. Judging will be on Friday at dark with the different categories, and that's sponsored by the Keota Community Club. So if you're in Keota, get your house lit up and get in on that contest. That should be a good time. Coming up this weekend in Sigourney also, the Tour of Homes. That comes up on Sunday. So make sure you get your tickets at the Sigourney Library. Get more information from the Sigourney Public Library, so things going on there. And then, of course, in Oskaloosa, we've got the Twinkling Christmas theme. And they have different events going on this week, including the Young Ambassador Contest ceremony at 6 p.m. at the mall tonight, where they crown their young ambassadors. A little boy and little girl will get to the king and queen. I don't know if that's what it's officially called. But the Young Ambassador Contest tonight at 6 at the Penn Central Mall. Coming up this weekend, we'll have the Lighted Christmas Parade at 7. We're going to be doing that here on Steve Shetler Media, just as we did last year. I'll attempt to go live. We'll do a test beforehand. Now, my wife, Stacy, and my buddy, Neil, we're going to be hanging out. We'll be there just like we were last year. We'll see what it's like. You know, you get that many people crammed into a small area, Wi-Fi doesn't work the greatest. So we'll test it out. We'll see what happens. If at all else, we'll give you a recorded version of the parade after the fact. So you'll see it one way or the other. Might be live, might be recorded, but we will get that Lighted Christmas Parade for you here on Steve Shetler Media this weekend. But be there in person. You know, if just bundle up and be there in person. It's a great thing. Lighted Christmas Parade, always a lot of fun, and a really nice parade in Oskaloosa. Those are some things on our community calendar here on Steve Shetler Media. That's brought to us by Enchanted Events. I don't think I missed anything. Once again, a little bit of snow in the area this morning. If you're getting out and about this morning, be prepared for some potential slick roadways and snow-covered roadways. Right now, 19 degrees here in Sigourney, Iowa. Let's go ahead and do our birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Birthdays brought to us by Nikki Leathers at Hometown Real Estate. See her listings. Get more info at hometown-re.com. Hometown Real Estate sponsoring our celebrity and hometown birthdays. On the hometown side, we will start with a fella named Odie Lofton. And he's up around the Des Moines area. He runs a pretty cool country online radio station. So I'm sure if you Google Odie Lofton, you can run into that online radio station, but check him out. He's got some good stuff going on there. Abby Busing with a birthday today. Clint Riedel. It looks like Rydell. But he is an Iowa country musician from up around the Fort Dodge area, Clint Riedel, and he is a character. I need to get him back on the Iowa Music Showcase. I miss Clint. He's a good guy. Clint Riedel has a birthday today. Becky Applegate has a birthday today. And my cousin, Kim Seitz, with a birthday today. So happy birthday to all of those folks on the hometown side. They share their birthday with celebrities like former TV host Kathy Lee Crosby. Wasn't she on Entertainment Tonight or something way back when? Kathy Lee with a birthday. We've got TV newscaster, broadcast journalist, as they say in the biz, Stone Phillips with a birthday today. Actress Lucy Liu, 56 years old, from the world of tennis. Monica Seles is 51. We've got singer Nelly Furtado, turning 46. Britney Spears, I list her as a singer and as a train wreck, because she is. Britney is 43. Singer, actress Jana Kramer, 41 years old. From football, Aaron Rodgers is 41 years old. He's getting everybody fired in the Jets organization. And then we've got singer Charlie Puth. Charlie Puth, 33 years old today. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Nikki Leathers. Hello, I'm back. How you doing on this Monday, snowy Monday? Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. A little bit of snow in the area on this Monday to start things off in December. You know, this is the first Monday in December. Happy December. We're doing the morning wake up. It's brought to us by Brothers Market in Sigourney. We're broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. On this date, Monday, December 2nd, on this date in history, actually a bunch of somewhat interesting things happened on this date. It was on this date, 1784, George Washington nicknamed New York the Empire State. In case you were wondering where that came from. It was on this date that little fella, Napoleon, 1804, Napoleon was crowned the Emperor of France. It was on this date in 1816, the very first savings bank in the U.S. opened in Philadelphia. It was on this date in 1927, the very first Model A Ford was sold. $385. How about that for a new car? $385. On this date, 1952, I'm not sure why, but a live human birth was shown on TV for the very first time. Who would want to watch that? And why did they show it? I want to know more. 1952, a live birth was shown on TV for the first time. Ugh. On this date, 1957, the very first full-scale atomic electric power plant opened. And then on this date in 1969, the Boeing 747 gained airworthiness from the FAA. So the first Boeing 747 in the air on this date, 1969. Today, on the National Day calendar, it's National Mutt Day, as in dogs. Dogs that are mutts are the best. We got a couple of mutts here in our house. It's National Fritters Day. It's National Special Education Day, and it's Business of Popping Corn Day. Business of Popping Corn Day. I don't know why it's worded like that. I don't know why we don't just call it Popcorn Day, but whatever. Those are your days. Those are your days on the calendar. All right, before we go any further, let's hear from some of our sponsors, including our headliner, Brothers Market. Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out, or give them a call, 641-622-2191.
Wines from Tassel Ridge Winery can make a nice contribution to your Thanksgiving dinner. Cranberry wine is sweet with a long and smooth finish, and the 2024 Iowa Nouveau is a very fresh wine with slight sweetness that will enhance all of the dishes that are typically present in a Thanksgiving dinner. Both of these wines are made at Tassel Ridge Winery in Lighton between Pella and Oskaloosa. Tassel Ridge wines are sold in about 350 retailers located all over Iowa. Click here for the name of a retailer near you. Cranberry wine is available now, and the 2024 Iowa Nouveau will be released on November 21st.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965. It's Christmas time at Mahaska Drug at 205 North East Street in Oskaloosa. They have everything Christmas that you could possibly need in the store. You've got to stop in and check it out. Plus, come see Santa at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa every Saturday through Christmas, plus on Christmas Eve from 11 to 1. Mahaska Drug also has a wreath decorating contest going on. The annual Christmas giving tree is in store, and so much more. There's always something happening at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. They're open 7 days a week. Stop by for whatever your Christmas needs are.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP, is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Hey, we thank all of our sponsors for making things possible here on Steve Shetler Media. We thank Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor on the morning wake up. Do want to remind you, you can get into all these different locations for Santa Steve's stocking. Make sure you sign up. They've got registration boxes at each location. You're going to be signing up for a prize package this Christmas season. A prize package, it says $1,000. It's actually $1,100 because it went up in value. We've got $500 in cash. Let's see here, about $500 in gift cards, and then a $125 electric toothbrush from Oski Dental. So a nice prize pack. Somebody's going to win all of this. One person out of all the registrations will win. And you can't win, obviously, if you don't get signed up. Sign up at Julie's Homestyle Cafe. We've got Aesthetics by Lily. We've got Shop Jen Miracle, Style Me Crazy. Let's see here. Betsy's Boutique Shop, Casey's in Sigourney, Stam Garden Center and Nursery, Sinclair Napa, Barn Wired Brothers Market, Brushed by Jude, Tassel Ridge Winery, Sigourney TV and Appliance, Colbert Feed, Copper Lantern, Eagle's Nest in Oskaloosa, Mahaska Drug, Oski Dental, Garden Gate, Sigourney Mercantile, tons of places to get signed up. Make sure you do that. One winner will be drawn on Friday, December 20th, just in time for Christmas. And if you don't like the gift cards that you get, you can use them as Christmas presents. That's the beauty of it. So get signed up. You can go into all those locations. Sign up once at every location, and be in the running to win. You might as well win. I want you to win. I want you right there. I want you to win. So get signed up for Santa Steve's stocking. Let's do some things you need to know. Things you need to know. The Bears. Chicago Bears in sports news have moved on from their head coach after a horrendous last-second loss to Detroit on Thanksgiving. A final-minute debacle in which the Bears let about 25 seconds run off the clock instead of calling a timeout in a loss to the Lions. So, yeah, see. head coach out of here. Let's stay with football. The New York Giants versus Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving game drew 38.5 million viewers. That's the largest audience for an NFL game this year. So big numbers. Lots of people watching football on Thanksgiving Day. Other stuff you need to know. Yeah, I don't know who needs to know this or why we need to know this, but singer-songwriter Khalid, whatever his name is, he's come out as gay, as being gay, after he was outed, I guess. So, yeah. My Chemical Romance's drummer, Bob Breyer, has been found dead. He was 44. You ever have a song stuck in your head? And to be honest, that's a phrase that I hate, to be honest. To be honest with you, I always have a song stuck in my head. Literally. That's the way my brain works. I always have a song just rotating in my brain all the time. So if that's a problem with you, there's the thing called the Earworm Eraser. It is a 40-second audio track designed specifically to make that stop in your brain. Earworms. It's when you get a song stuck in your head. So if you want to check, maybe Google for Earworm Eraser. I need to look into this. A 40-second audio track designed to make that stop. So, yeah, I can hear the song that's been in my brain for like the last week right now. How about this? College football obviously is changing. NIL, the way things are anymore. It's basically kind of like the minor leagues of professional football, college football. So now former Stanford football star, former NFL star, Andrew Luck, is officially returning to his old college campus and is now in charge of the football program at Stanford in the newly created general manager role. So you don't just have athletic directors now, you have football general managers. So you need this. I mean, in reality, when you're dealing with finances and paying your players, general managers are now going to become a thing. And that's what Andrew Luck is going to do at Stanford. So, yeah. College football, the amateur status, the pureness of football continues to go out the window. As it does in all college sports. When you're getting paid, it changes things. We saw Caleb Johnson. You knew this was going to happen for the Iowa Hawkeyes. You knew it. There was no way that Caleb Johnson was going to play next year for the Hawkeyes, let alone a meaningless football game for a bowl game for the Iowa Hawkeyes. He announced that he's going to the NFL, so he's gone. Don't blame him at all. You got to get that money. But yeah, bowl game, that's another topic. Bowl games, if you don't make the playoffs, the college football playoffs, who cares? Bowl games are now moot. They are completely and totally meaningless, other than getting another game to practice for the next year. But again, it all depends on if you make the playoffs, because otherwise it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's my stance on college football right now. This is interesting. Out of things you need to know, a pair of North Carolina siblings claim their late father is the ever-elusive Boeing hijacker D.B. Cooper, after allegedly finding his parachute hidden in their home. They say their dad, whose name was Richard McCoy Jr., was the guy who disappeared when he leaped out of a Boeing airplane with $200,000 in cash after taking passengers and crew hostage back in 1971. So they think their dad was D.B. Cooper. Interesting. Let's go back into the world of the NFL. Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen are engaged. On Friday, the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse star, 27 years old, and the Buffalo Bills quarterback, 28 years old, announced that they'll be tying the knot after getting engaged a week ago. So congratulations to those two lovebirds. In the UK, one cemetery, oh man, a cemetery has started charging admission fees for relatives to visit their loved ones. The idea is to keep the graves safe from, quote, undesirables. Which I get. You have people going into cemeteries for no good, and sometimes they vandalize and do stupid things. So this one cemetery in the United Kingdom charging admission fees to get in. So, you really have to want to get in to go into that cemetery. Researchers in California have identified a pathway in the brain that instantly deflates anxiety. Now, the hope is that they'll be able to come up with a pill, because everybody's taking pills these days for something. They want to come up with a pill that would immediately slow our breathing and calm our mind. So again, identifying a pathway in the brain that instantly deflates anxiety. Interesting. They would make a bundle on that. Let's see here. Thanksgiving Day, Americans threw out over 316 million pounds of uneaten food. That's a lot of uneaten food. Let's go to Hollywood. Jim Abrahams. I don't know if that name rings a bell with you. Jim Abrahams, who gave us the Police Squad TV series, along with the movies Airplane and Naked Gun. That guy has died. He was 80 years old. After 5 years of restoration work, the Cathedral of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame as normal people call it, allowed the public in for a look for the first time last Friday, and they say it was quite amazing. So 5 years of restoration work, making things look good. How about this? Australia, mate. They have officially banned people under the age of 16 from using social media platforms in their country. Again, this is Australia, banning people under the age of 16 from using social media. Interesting stuff there. We'll see how that works out. Rocker Marilyn Manson. Beautiful people. The beautiful people. Marilyn Manson agreeing to drop a lawsuit against his former fiancée, actress Evan Rachel Wood, and to pay her attorney's fees. Marilyn. In the UK, let's go back to the UK. They've taken another step forward in legalizing assisted suicide. Okay. Under draft legislation being considered by Parliament, terminally ill adults expected to die within 6 months could seek help to end their own life. Sad. How about UFOs? You guys know I believe in UFOs. I am a UFO conspiracy theorist. And you can easily find these online. Photos taken last week of mysterious lights flying over Washington, D.C. I think they were sucking out Joe Biden's brains, whatever is left of them. But UFOs over Washington, D.C. last week. Look it up. Look it up and find it. How about Thanksgiving parade? There were mass arrests at the annual Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. Protesters blocking the parade out in front of the Ronald McDonald balloon. Around 25 protesters were hauled off. And that's the way it should be. Yeah, I don't mind. You want to protest? Protest. But don't clog up traffic. That's when you should get arrested. Why any city anywhere allows people to block traffic with their protests is beyond me. And they did the right thing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade by arresting those buffoons. How about this? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner spending Thanksgiving with their kids at a homeless shelter. No, I don't think any of them are homeless themselves. They were serving up meals to the homeless. Ben, Jen, and the kids. Oh, it was sweet. And then finally today in Things You Need to Know, Rocky actor Dolph Lundgren, if he dies, he dies, or whatever his line was in that movie. Dolph Lundgren saying that he's hopeful he'll be cancer-free after his latest treatment for one last tumor. I'm doing Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's Russian. I don't know. Dolph Lundgren, best of luck to him beating cancer. Shall we go to today's impossible question? Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. If you were born between 1981 and 1996, you're considered a millennial, according to this. 68% of you don't own one of these. What are we talking about? And if you were born between 1981 and 1996, 68% of you don't own one of these. What are we talking about? Think about that. Let's take a look at our comments. Now, my comments, again, acting up this morning. I know I saw Bubby in there earlier. Patrick, Dan, Sherry, Nancy, and Pat, good morning to you. Let's see if I can see some different comments now. Sandy, Anthony, Sherry, and Dixie also joining in. So, good morning to you guys on this Monday edition of the Morning Wake Up. Impossible. What are we talking about? About 70% of you don't own one of these if you were born between 1981 and 1996. They say a toaster. Don't you like toast? I don't know. I guess that's impossible. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In the weird. This is really weird. This will be posted as our weird news story of the day later on this afternoon. An accused killer claims that she got pregnant with another inmate's baby in a Florida jail after he passed his semen in plastic wrap through an air conditioning vent. What? Daisy Link, 29 years old, being held at the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center for the alleged murder of her husband back in 2022. Now, Link gave birth to a baby girl in June, and they're like, how did this happen? The child's father, inmate Juan, maybe? I don't know. Juan DePaz, 23 years old, impregnated her without ever meeting her in person. Link said that she and DePaz began a romantic relationship after speaking to each other through air conditioning vents in their cells. I mean, that's how a lot of my relationships have worked in the past, through air conditioning vents. He somehow, I don't want to get into the details. He passed semen through a plastic wrap through an air conditioning vent? And then she... read it. I'm not going to talk about it. Too much for me to handle here. Get the details at 1 o'clock when we post that story for Weird News today. It's too weird for me. How about this? Let's go to somewhere called Uttar Pradesh. I'm not sure where that is on a map. If I had a gun to my head and I had to point out Uttar Pradesh on a globe, I would fail. 3 people, though, are dead in Uttar Pradesh after their car, misdirected by Google Maps, fell from an construction bridge. The bridge was under construction. These 3 men in a car were just following along Google Maps, and then... of course, there's going to be lawsuits on this. Let's see. They're quoted as saying the officials must be held accountable for this negligence. Why was the bridge left incomplete, and why were there no safety measures in place? So, yeah. Sometimes it does not pay to follow Google Maps, and you got to keep your eye on the road, obviously. I mean, I'm sure you had to be able to see that you were driving in kind of a crappy bridge, I would think, but maybe not. Let's go to Georgia. Georgia. One Georgia city will welcome in the new year with a larger than average bang. The Macon-Bibb County Commission on Tuesday in Georgia approved a plan to implode a vacant 16-story hotel at midnight on New Year's Eve. That'll be an interesting way to start off the new year. Anything else in the weird today? Not there. Oh, one more weird news story. How about this for weird incident. A man surrendered to authorities after allegedly shooting two of his neighbors who were clearing brush and trees from their land. The confrontation began and escalated, leading to the shooting, which was captured on body camera footage. The suspect was taken into custody without further incident. The event underscores the dangers law enforcement officers face, as highlighted by another recent case. So, again, they're just out clearing brush on their own land, and their neighbor came and shot them. So, nasty. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, it's Katy Perry versus Katy Perry. You know Katy Perry, but do you know Katy Perry? So you got the singer Katy Perry. You know, she's had a lot of hits, been on American Idol, all that stuff. Katy Perry has successfully appealed against a trademark decision over her name after being sued by an Australian designer who sells clothes under her birth name, Katy Perry. Now, the Katys are spelled different. The famous Katy Perry is K-A-T-Y. The designer from Australia, her first name is K-A-T-I-E. 3 appeals judges on Friday overturned a court decision last year that favored Katy with an I-E from Australia over merchandise sold by the pop star during a 2014 tour in Australia. The judges said that Katy Perry had been using her name as a trademark 5 years before the other Katy Perry started her business, adding that by that time, the American Katy Perry had attained international reputation in entertainment. So they're saying, Australia, Katy Perry, you're out of luck. All right, let's do something that might possibly make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by our friends at Lifetime Dental Solutions, Dr. Stacy Freeze, for all things dental, like pediatrics, orthodontics, dentures, and all that other good stuff on the screen there. See Dr. Stacy Freeze, Lifetime Dental Solutions at their new location on the east side of the square in Sigourney. And in something that's going to make you smile, a message in a bottle. Oh. In Scotland, I don't have a good Scottish accent, so. In Scotland, engineers at the 209-year-old Corsewall Lighthouse Hotel made a remarkable discovery of a 132-year-old message in a bottle while inspecting the lighthouse. Ross Russell, a mechanical engineer, found the bottle embedded in a wall. The extraction required careful drilling to remove a cork that had fused with the glass. Upon opening, the note inside was dated September 4th of 1892. Again, September 4th, 1892. It listed names of the engineers and lighthouse keepers who had installed a new light in the tower at that time. Now, there's a little bit more to this story, and you can get it right now, in fact. I've rambled on so long this morning that our Something to Make You Smile has been posted already on my Facebook page, so you might want to check that out. That is sponsored by Lifetime Dental Solutions, Dr. Stacy Freeze. Let's go to the In some South Korea. Court in South Korea has found South Korean court has found a man guilty of trying to avoid mandatory military service. Say that 3 times really fast. Mandatory military service by deliberately gaining weight. So he's avoiding going to the military by getting fat, basically. As all able-bodied men in South Korea over the age of 18 must serve in the Army for at least 18 months. The 26-year-old began binge eating before his physical examination for the draft. He was categorized as obese, allowing him to serve in a non-combat role at a government agency. The defendant received a 1-year suspended sentence. They said he had a little bit of a cheeseburger hanging out of his mouth during his sentencing. I made that part up. A friend who devised a special regimen that doubled his daily food intake got a 6-month suspended sentence. So, trying to get fat to avoid being in the military in South Korea. They get the duh.
Duh.
I don't.
Duh? Duh.
I'm fat, so. Let's go to the box office. What are our box office numbers for this weekend? Moana 2. Bringing in $135.5 million this weekend. And I believe it's debut weekend. Maybe it's the second weekend. I'm not sure. Moana 2 is your number one movie, though. Wicked, bringing in $80 million in its second week. Gladiator 2 hangs at number 3 with $30.7 million. The movie Red One, which is a box office bomb, bringing in $12.8 million. Best Christmas Pageant Ever is your number 5 movie with $3.2 million. Everything else is $2.4 million or less. You got Bonhoeffer, Venom, Heretic, The Wild Robot, and Real Pain, your top 10 money-making movies. But basically, everybody went to see Moana, Wicked, or Gladiator over the weekend. Those are your movies. Let's take a look at our forecast once again. Let it snow. There are a few flakes still falling here in Sigourney. A chance of some snow continuing, some flurries after that. Gradually clearing off, a high of 26, and total daytime snow accumulation less than a half an inch. Partly cloudy for tonight, a low of 12. Sunshine tomorrow, a high of 31. Clear and a low of 24 tomorrow night. Wednesday will be sunny, breezy, and 42. Right now, some snowflakes and 19 degrees here in the big town of Sigourney. Again, we do thank Brothers Market for being our headline sponsor here on The Morning Wake Up. Of course, they make savings made simple. Go to their website and download the app. We thank Oski Dental sponsoring our studios. Coming up video-wise here on Steve Shetler Media, let me look up at the big video board overhead. 8 a.m., of course, in remembrance of. That is at 8 o'clock every weekday morning. At 5 o'clock, we've got a new video. We're going to be debuting a new weekly video at 5 p.m. on Mondays. Comes from my buddy, Bob Newton. He's known in certain circles, as Rootin' Tootin' Bobby Newton. Now, you're going to get kind of the calm, relaxed version of Bob Newton in his Powerline podcast. He's an evangelist. That's what he does. He goes on the road and he preaches to people. And if you ever get a chance to see this guy in person, he's great. I love him. He's a good friend of mine over the years. Evangelist Bobby Newton with his Powerline podcast debuting at 5 p.m. tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. Make sure you tune in for that. We'll also have Successful Farming every weekday at 5:30. We'll have 6:30 with Real Talk, Pastor Aaron Fleming and I here on Steve Shetler Media. We're churchy. We get some churchy stuff on Mondays, which is a good thing. Everybody needs a little churchy stuff. And then tonight, wrestling. Got the Cards Subject to Change, talking about pro wrestling. That show based here in Iowa starts at 7 p.m., so tune in for that. So I think that does it. All right. Good morning to everybody. Appreciate you. If I'm missing you in the comments, if I'm not seeing your comments, I apologize, but I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all my sponsors for being on board. And we'll do this again tomorrow morning here at 7 a.m. Make sure you tune in then. And be safe out there, especially I'm looking out my window right now. It's still snowing. So just be aware of that and be ready if you're heading out this morning for school or work. All right, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.